the A-level IT. Yes. And we're going to take our time to make sure that you get an A-star distinction. Okay. So we take
Yes.
it step by step. Ask all the questions you want to ask if certain things are not clear with you. Okay.
Okay,
It's
sir.
just us between me and you. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Good. Don't worry. We will get there. Okay.
We will.
Yes, we will. Okay. So you should see my presentation in some few minutes. Okay. Can you see it now?
It's still loading, please. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, I can
Is
see
it
it
is it
now.
okay now? Good.
Yes.
So we have data and information as our first, topic
Yes.
for our IT A levels. So we'll first do the AS topics, and when we finish, we'll look at the A level topics. Okay.
Okay.
So we're looking at introduction to data processing. And I believe you've heard of the word data before.
Yes,
You've
please.
heard processing before.
Yes, please.
So how would you explain data and processing in your own words?
Okay. I think data, when you speak of data, we're obviously talking about information. Um, information that is just information. Data is information. And then
Okay.
processing is what you use that information for. So I
Okay.
could use the data to either create a software or develop a website or use it for like engineering or something. So data
Okay.
is just information and processing is the what you use the data for or the information
Okay.
for.
Okay. So we will find out what you said. Just put it somewhere. Then at the end of the lesson, you will tell me if what you said at the beginning was right. If it wasn't right, then how do we change it? And if it's
Okay.
right, then we stick to it. Okay?
Yes.
Good. Okay. So let's look at our learning objectives for today. So we're going to define data and information. And you said data is the same as information. So let's see if it's
Yes.
true. So we're going to define data and information. We're going to also look at direct versus indirect data. We'll also look at sources of data, advantages and disadvantages. Where do we even get these data? What are the advantages? Okay. Then factors affecting the information quality, and explain the difference between data and what? Information. And understand how data is processed to become information, and identify examples of data and information in real life. Okay,
Okay.
good. So what then is data? Can you give me some examples?
Um, I can say like internet data.
Internet data. Okay. What
uh,
else?
coding. I think the coding of a data, something like that.
Coding. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We'll
Uh,
find out. What else?
hmm. Data.
Data is all around us.
Yes. I
Okay.
guess everything is data.
Okay. So let's see. So we say data comes in raw, unprotected facts and figures. Okay. The raw, unprotected facts and figures is what we term as data. Okay.
Yes.
Examples can be 25, 42, 101. It's data, a bunch of numbers I'm giving you. So if I just give you a bunch of names, Kwesi, Akosia, yes, they are names, but what does it mean? It means nothing until I put it into a context, and it becomes what? Information.
Okay.
So are you now getting it?
Yes.
Yes. So 25, 42, 101. Okay, what does these numbers mean? It can be money, it can be temperature,
Okay.
it can
I
be
think I'm getting
distance.
it.
You are getting it now.
So
Yes.
you
So this is
process data to make information.
that is it. Okay. So the raw, unprotected facts and figures is what we term as data. Okay.
Okay.
So John, London. Okay, John, London. What does it mean? It means nothing. Does that make
Mm-hmm.
sense?
Yes, please.
Aha. So if I ask you to give me another example of a data, will you be able to give me? Can't you? So give me
Yes.
one.
Fan, car,
Fan. Uh-huh. Power.
red,
Uh-huh.
mouse,
Mouse.
uh,
Okay.
eyes.
Yes.
It
And
makes
these
sense.
are these are raw, unprotected facts and figures. Okay.
Yes.
So I give this 27th August 2025. Yes. What does it mean? Maybe it
It's a
could be
date.
somebody, yeah, it's a date. It could be somebody's birthday until I put it into context. Okay. Then I give you this 23,557.99. What does it
Just
mean?
the decimal.
It's a bunch of numbers, decimal,
Yes. Yeah.
with two decimal places. 359. At BBC Click. So at BBC Click, what does it mean? Does it mean anything?
No.
I'm just giving you fact. I'm just giving you values. I'm just giving you um figures.
Yes.
Okay. So all these are examples of data. Does that make sense?
Yes, please.
And what then is information? What then is information? So we say data that has been processed, organized, or structured to give it meaning. Okay. So once you process the data, you organize it and it's structured to give it meaning, then we are talking about information. So I can say that at BBCQ, whatever, it's a Twitter handle for so and so person. Now it's information you've given me. The numbers 25, 27 are the prices of goods and services for maybe laptop. Now I've given meaning to those bunch of numbers, and that is what makes it information. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So the data has been processed, organized, or structured to give it meaning. So examples can be John scored 25 out of 40 in ICT test. But if I just write 25, it doesn't mean anything. It's just data. Okay.
Yes.
Then another one, London is the capital of the UK. So if I just write London, it doesn't mean anything. And London can be somebody's name. You know that?
Yes.
Yes. So London is the capital of the UK. So are you getting it now?
Yes. So for
Good.
data to become
Mhm.
information, it must be structured, organized, for it like so it has to make sense. So
Yes, it has to make
if
sense.
like what you've written here, so it's like putting purpose to the data because or
That is
putting
it.
a
The
purpose to it.
reason.
Yeah, the reason
Yes,
for that data.
that is it. And that is what makes it information. Okay.
Okay.
So we have this data P95, okay? P95, P95, which is a product code. So the context. So this is a product code, but it is still not known. What is it for? So it is still data. Okay. So I know that there's a product code, but what is it for? 359 can be priced in Ghana cedis. So there's a currency value, but it is not known what the price is for. So it is still what? Data. So I
Yes.
write 359. Okay, you've told me it's the price of a good. Okay. So what price is that? Or which good is this actually for? And if you're telling me this is a product code, yes, it's a product code, yes, it's data. But for which product? So once you are able
Okay.
to give meaning to that, now it becomes what? Information. So this product code is for a can of noodles. Okay, now I get it. It's information now. So we've moved it from what? Data to what? Information by processing it, structuring it, giving it meaning. Okay. And this is the price of a mobile phone cover in Ghana, 359 cities. So once I give meaning to it, now it's becoming what? Information.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Yes. This
So I
is
want you to
very,
give me
very
one example of data, give it a context, and give it a meaning.
okay. Okay, so let's say I have 12.56,
Okay.
12.56, and it's a price for
Okay.
something. And okay,
Okay.
so I'm now, so that's the data, and then okay,
Yes.
so now I come to give a context. So the 12.59 is the price of um a bottle of milk, a carton, something like that.
Yes. So now data and information are not the same, as you earlier alluded to.
Yeah,
So now
yeah,
you're
yeah.
getting the
I
distinction now.
get it now. I think
Good.
I rather joined it together. I didn't really.
Okay.
I rather define it as one instead of separating it as individual definitions. Because
Yes.
data is, I can say, like data is what makes information. Because without data, you cannot make information, and without
Yeah.
information, you cannot make data.
Yes.
So something like that.
Okay. Well done. So you need data to get a information. So information is dependent on what? The data that has been processed.
Because
Okay.
I think the data can be any information as long as it can be
No,
any information you want.
no, no. Data is data. And once it's processed, it becomes information.
So like I mean like okay, like the numbers in the barcode that you
Yes.
gave. So because this same number 359 can be also something like say um like a number
The,
plate or something like that. It can
yes,
be
a number
different.
plate of a car
So the
or the
data
distance
can be
traveled.
processed into any information type
That
of
is
information you want.
that is it. Okay.
Okay.
Depending on the purpose of the data. So the purpose for which the data was collected. So we will come to the various stages, the direct and indirect, as we move on. Okay. So up until this point, are you okay with the
Yes,
explanation?
please. I'm very fine with the explanation.
Good. Okay. So let's look at how data becomes what? Information.
Information.
So we have a road. We collect the data. So that's the first step, collection of data. So if you want to collect data, how do you collect it? What do you do?
You have to search, you have to do research and like
Mhm.
do surveys and all the stuff. If say if
Okay.
it's physical data, um
Uh-huh.
yeah, basically you just search and do inquiries and do survey
Okay.
and then
So you surveys,
find
you interview people, you ask
yes.
questions, you go online to get all your data. Good. Then you process the data. So you organize, you calculate, you summarize. So you've conducted your interview. It was for a particular reason that you conducted the interview. You wanted to find out about a particular issue. So you've interviewed people, you've questioned them, you've gotten their responses. Now you need to sit down and organize. So how many people are in line with this particular idea? So we have 50 people saying yes, maybe 20 people saying no, 30 people saying they are indifferent. Now you are processing, you are organizing, you are trying to find meaning behind the data that you've collected. Okay. So once you do that, then now it makes sense. So you interpret the data. Okay, so why are students not interested in math? Why are they not doing well in mathematics? So once you go to them, you ask them, you get their feedback. And based on that, okay, oh, it's because of this, that reason. That is why they are not doing well. Then, okay, what can we do about it? Okay. Now you present it. Okay, so based on the data that I've collected and based on the processing that I have made and my interpretation behind the data, this is what I'm presenting. So you can present it in the form of what? Tables. So you can draw a table, the number of males and females at British International School. Okay, we have 50%. These are the total number, male, female. Okay, teachers. So at least it's a table, they can see it, or you can do it in the form of a chart so that when people see it, okay, they will appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay, so as you advance, maybe after your A level, I'll take you through SQL, data analysis, Tableau, Power BI, visualizations, and all of that, and Python. But we'll get to that. Let's focus on your A level, getting it right. Then we can look at the other professional.
Okay. So how
Yeah,
data becomes information is that, so from my what I'm understanding is that
yeah.
first you collect the data. So
Uh-huh.
any means like interviews, surveys,
Mm-hmm.
questioning people, questionnaires, all those stuff. And then later on, once you collect that data, you compile that data into
Yeah.
okay, say like okay, so let me give an example. Say like I'm doing a research assignment and I need to collect data on how many people live in a particular area.
Mm-hmm.
And so I collected the data. Now I need to find out that how many people live in this particular parts of this area and who
Mm-hmm.
don't. And I combine the ones that I find necessary. Then later on, I interpret or ask myself, say the question was, why do people live in this area? And I,
Yes.
okay, I understand like why they live in this area. Then it's on, I put it on a graph to show
Yeah.
that, oh, this percentage of people live in this area because of
Mm-hmm.
this percentage of people live in
Yes.
this area because of, okay, better jobs. And so, okay, this is very,
You
I feel
see?
like I understand this very much. It reminds
Yeah.
you of geography. It reminds you of geography. When I
Yes.
do research, because you have to
Uh-huh.
collect data, then you have to analyze how the data is, then you integrate it, and then you
You
present it.
present it. Yes. So I like the fact that you are able to connect other disciplines into what you are doing. Okay. And that is
Yes.
very good. Keep it up. Okay. Good. Let's look at how data becomes what? Information. So at least we've talked about it. So there is a name, Caleb. There is a test score, 35. So what does it mean? Then we processed it. We said, okay, Caleb scored 35 out of 40 in ICT test. But if I only give you name and test score, you don't know for which example. Okay. Then Pamela, okay, Pamela scored 35 out of 40 in ICT test. And Safifi scored 23 out of
How?
40 in ICT
How?
test. You see?
How can you score 20?
Yes. Don't worry. So at least it's clear now.
Yes.
So data being processed into information. Okay.
Yes.
So if I ask now, what is the difference between data and information? What are you going to tell me?
Okay, so data. Okay, so first off, information is linked directly from data. Without data, you cannot get information. So data is as a raw figure
Mhm.
or factor on its own. It can stand on its own. It can be any meaning. Data can be
Okay.
any meaning to it. So, but because data can be any meaning, you have to process that data to get information, a particular information you're seeking for. So, information
Mhm.
is just processed data. So, as I said, the numbers, as you wrote, 359 or 359 can be any information. It can be license plate, it can be someone's phone number, it can be someone's age, something like that. Because it can be anything. You don't know what it is, it's just a number.
Yeah.
But then you process that data to get a particular information. That is how I see it. So say I process 359 and I into a license plate number. That is the information I'm seeking from that particular data to get it. So data
That's it.
can be any definition you put to it, but it can be anything. But information is the data, is processed data that you put definition to it. That's how I
Hmm,
think.
I love it. Yeah. Okay. So we have I've got three columns: feature, data, and information. So meaning of data is what we term as raw fact. Okay, and information is processed or meaningful fact. Okay, so we've got an example, 25 John London. What does it mean? Probably John scored 25 out of 40 in ICT test,
Yes.
and he was born in London. That makes sense. So it's
Yes.
information. The usage, data is collected and stored. So you collect the data, restore. Okay, but
Yes.
information is used for decisions and what? Understanding. Then the form of data, it can be numbers, text, and date. By report, summaries and statement is what makes it information. That's where you do your report, you do your chart, then you try to tell people the reason behind the data that you've collected.
So data is just like letters and numbers, and so
Yes,
it's just like English. So they teach you the alphabets, A, B, C,
yes,
D, numbers, math, they teach you the numbers, and then now you have to use that information to make people understand or write
yes,
whatever you.
yes.
Okay,
So you use that
that's
data, then you process it into information. Okay,
yes.
good. Well done. Then let's look at direct versus indirect data. Okay.
Hmm. Okay.
So direct data, it is something you collect firsthand by the person or organization for a specific purpose. So you mentioned a survey to know students' favorite what subject. So
Oh,
when
okay.
when when you go and collect that data, then it's direct. Anything
Direct.
you do as a person to get that data
Yeah.
is what
Exactly.
direct.
Can I
So
explain the indirect?
okay, what's the indirect?
Okay, if direct is mean that you have to collect that data by yourself, that is um it's because in most subjects they tell you that, like in arts and geography, they will tell you that you have to do like be like first hand, you have to collect data first hand, not second hand. Yes, so second hand data is like indirect data that you find from another source, someone who researched that data, you're using that person's data. Like the internet, for instance, is second hand data. You
Mhm.
can go on the internet, research whatever you want, and then you find the information. But
Okay.
first hand or direct data is me going to actually collect that data
Yes.
from like wherever, like it's doing like an experiment or something like that. Oh,
Yes.
this is quite easy. I
Well
don't want to say it's
done.
easy, but like I get it. It's
Yeah,
simple to
you're a
understand.
good student. Yes, that's good. Okay. So indirect data is something that has been collected by someone else or for another purpose, then used by you.
You.
So using government census data to study population trends. So when you go to Ghana Statistical Service website and you want to find out the population of Ghana currently, the figures are there.
Yes.
So you just pick it and use it for your
Yes.
whatever purpose you deemed fit. So that is indirect. Someone collected it and you went to find it through research to use it. Is that simple?
Oh yes, very simple. It's
Good.
very
Well done. Okay, then let's look at the sources. So direct data sources, where do you get it from? So questionnaires and
incorrect.
surveys.
Yes.
Yes.
Interviews.
Interviews,
Um what else? Yeah, observation.
observations. So you observe people doing
Yeah.
certain stuff. Then
Experiments.
experiments. Aha, you get it now.
Yes.
Yes. So
Indirect.
questionnaires,
Let's say that
surveys, indirect,
the internet, like books, yeah, libraries and
books,
books and
yes,
stuff.
books
The
and
internet,
journals, government
government
records, okay, websites and
website, and
databases. Oh, reports from
reports.
other organizations.
Yeah, just
So
looking
these
at
are
from
the
forums and all those stuff.
yes. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yes, please.
Now let's look at the advantages and what? Disadvantages.
Of direct and
Advantages,
indirect.
yes.
Okay.
So with direct data, because you went to look for it, it is accurate, relevant, and specific to your needs. But it's time consuming and expensive to collect because you have to do it. You need to travel, speak to people, interview, design a questionnaire, sit down because you need a data for a specific reason. So it's
Yes.
time consuming to meet people one-on-one, try to explain the questions to them so that you can get the answers that you need for your what? Report. But indirect is quick to obtain and it's cheaper. Because if I ask you to, okay, do the population count for Ghana and you're doing it on your own, you use about 6 months to collect the entire country. Because if you're doing
Yeah.
it by yourself, it's difficult and it's expensive. But if it's being done by someone, it's quick to obtain. They've done it. You just go there, grab it. Okay. And it may be outdated or irrelevant or inaccurate because you cannot trust the person who put that information out there.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes, please.
And maybe at the time that you were collecting the information, maybe the population has increased. So it will not fit your need at that particular point in
Yes.
time.
Or maybe it
Okay.
might not be the exact type of data you're looking for. It might be
That is
similar.
it. Yes. Is it okay?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Let's look at this. Okay, let's move on. So what do you think are the factors affecting information quality? Factors affecting information quality.
Okay, I think maybe the source of the data, where you got the data from, maybe it might
Mm-hmm.
affect the information, it might change it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how you process the data
Mm-hmm.
and what manner did you use to process data to get that particular information. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think
Which
that's all
is
I can.
fine. Okay, that's fine. So we have the first one, which is accuracy. Is the information correct and free
Yes.
from errors? So these are the factors that can affect the information quality. Okay. Then, is it relevant? Does it meet the purpose for which it is used? Does it meet the purpose for which it is used? And is it current or
Yes.
outdated? So you need to look at it as well.
It
And
does it mean like the information or the data itself?
the data,
Okay, so what I said, like, if the data, how, where you source the data from, or something,
yes.
it could be accurate or this.
So yes. So is it current or outdated? Is it accurate? Is it correct? Free from errors? Is it relevant? Does it meet the purpose for which it is used? And completeness, meaning does it include all necessary details? Okay. And level of detail, is it sufficiently detailed for decision making? So these are the factors that affect information quality. Is it accurate? Is it relevant? Is it current or outdated? Is it complete? All the details that you are looking for. Do you have that in that data? And the level of details, is it sufficient? Detailed for decision making. So these are the factors that affect information quality. Is it okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. Have you got any
Accuracy,
question?
relevant, age, completion, a
Mhm.
completeness, and then level of detail.
Detail. Does that make sense?
Yes, please.
Okay, good. So using a 5-year-old report to make decisions about current internet usage may be irrelevant and or inaccuracy and inaccurate. I beg your
Yes.
pardon. So let's say, okay, there was this information that, 10 years ago, students were doing this, that. And you use that information to make decisions within the current. It's not going to work.
No.
Yes. So that's basically it. Okay. And let's look at real life examples. Supermarkets collect data on daily basis, number of items sold. When you visit the mall, then they use the barcode, punch in, then you pay. So it's
Yeah.
data. Okay, you purchase this, that, then they give you your bill. So collecting of data.
Yep.
So once they get the data, the supermarket get the data. Data analysts can look at it and check, okay, these are the number of items people are buying on Monday. So it means that the supermarket should really stock these number of items. these items are not in high demand on this particular day. So let's reduce it and focus our attention on something different.
Yes.
So that will help you make better decisions. Does that make sense?
Yes,
And
please.
management uses this information to know which products are popular. Okay. Is that okay?
Yes.
Now, this is a past question practice. So, explain the difference between data and information and give an example each. And this can come in your AS.
How many marks is it?
Forget about the marks. I don't want us to look at marks. I
Okay.
want your understanding. Forget about the marks. Explain the difference between data and information and give an
Okay.
example each in your own words.
Okay. So
You can write it down
okay.
and you
I'll
can
write it
say
down.
it to me. So when you
I,
write, it sticks, it reinforces what's in there. Then you say it out loud.
okay.
So I'm just giving you 3 minutes to complete this.
Okay.
Then the next one is give 2 sources of direct and 2 sources of indirect data.
Okay.
Okay.
So data, the difference between data and information is that data is raw facts, figures, and raw facts and figures that are untouched. So it's on its own. And I'll just add something like in addition to that,
Oh, yeah.
data is uh, data is what gives data is like it gives information. So
Mm-hmm.
without data, you cannot have information. So
Okay.
an information it is processed data that has been calculated, organized, or summarized to give a
Okay.
purpose. So data information gives purpose to data. And an example of data is 12.99 is the price of an item.
Okay.
And then or there's any other thing. And PR3SJ is the license plate of my car. So that is
Okay.
me processing that the license plate number and saying it's my car.
Yes.
Become an information that I'm relaying to
Okay.
someone. So that is the difference between data and information. And it gives
That's
two
it.
sources of
Mm-hmm.
direct and two sources of indirect data.
Mm-hmm.
So um, so if I say direct data, I can say
Mm-hmm.
um, interviews, questionnaires, inquiries, or something like that, or experiment. And
Mm-hmm.
indirect, I can say you can go to a book library or check the internet or
Mm-hmm.
reports or something like that, or like government
Yes.
something like that. Yeah, that is
That is it.
those
But I don't
direct.
want us to leave anything to chance, even though they asked for sources of direct and indirect. You can even start by trying to explain. It's not necessary, but at least it gives the examiner an idea that, oh, this student knows, what she's talking about. Okay.
Okay.
Well done.
Oh, don't worry. I always write
Good.
a lot for. I always define something like that. But I mostly define what they ask me to do before I give like
Okay.
example. That is one thing
Okay.
I like doing, and it's a bad habit.
That's good.
So
No
I'll just say
problem.
that direct data is data that is collected by the person themselves or the
Mm-hmm.
individual for a particular purpose or a personal
Mm-hmm.
purpose. And
Yes.
indirect data is data that has already been collected by someone else, or
Mm-hmm.
um, or it's a second-hand source that
Yep.
you, the individual, is using. So it is difficult to, if you need data that is from a larger scale, something that is out of your reach, that is when you use indirect data. And but if it's something like a
Okay.
local thing, you use direct data. So like saying like supermarkets, or like you need to go and visit some of the supermarkets, a local supermarket, that is, you can easily use direct data. But if it's about your country or something, that one you need to use indirect data. So it is.
Okay.
And I'll
Well
just stop.
done. Yes. So tonight I will sleep because you've gotten a full understanding of data and information. That's good.
Yes. Is this even
Good.
ICT? Is this even ICT?
Yes.
This is ICT. It doesn't feel like
Okay.
IT. It feels like something I've done in like other subjects.
Good. Now, state two advantages and two disadvantages of direct data. Just
Okay,
give me.
first off, direct data, you are able to get accurate data,
Mm-hmm.
real time or accurate data because you're doing it by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, a second advantage. Okay, let me move to disadvantage. I'll come back to the second one.
Mm-hmm.
So that disadvantage is that it's expensive if you are
Mm-hmm.
doing something like it's like it involves a lot of money, and it's also time consuming. If you're the only one, then you need to collect a large amount of data, and it's very
Mm-hmm.
time consuming. So that's two. So it's expensive and time consuming. But an advantage is that you have an accurate data, and it's reliable because you're the one collecting, and it's what do you call it? It's very relevant because you're the one you've done it for a particular purpose. It's not like indirect
Yeah.
data. You look for the data, but it's something similar to what you're looking for, but it's not the same thing. So first advantage is accurate and it's relevant, and
Okay.
direct, and disadvantage is time consuming and expensive. So yeah.
Okay. Good. And explain two factors that affect the quality of information.
So we have the age of the
Mhm.
information. How old is that data that it has to be used for that particular information? Because you can't use some a report that is like 10 years ago and you're using it to research something
Make
that is
decisions.
happening right now.
Hmm.
Also, the accuracy of the data. Is the
Okay.
data very accurate, or is in line to what you need it to use for the you need it for the information? So you can't just say, if you're researching on, say, like, okay, say like the amount of red apples farmers harvest a year, but
Hmm.
you are looking, and the data that you found was like in between red and green apples mixed together. Obviously that is not accurate. It's not accurate. You're not going to get the accurate information you're looking for. So yes, you need to look for accuracy, age, the completeness, if the data you're looking for is complete. If not, you're not going to be able to finish your information, or
Okay.
process your information very well. Um,
That's fine.
okay.
Well done. And how can student marks in a spreadsheet be turned into information?
How can students marks
Marks
in a
in a
spreadsheet?
spreadsheet be turned into information. So you've got the marks of all the students in a class. So how do you make sense out of the scores of students in a test?
Okay, you can either present that in a table form, or like a pie chart or something like that. It depends on what you're, if it's like, say, presenting the grades to the students,
Mm-hmm.
you can, give them a letter and like, or present them in a particular way. But if you're using the students' grades, they find out the average of the students that passed and didn't pass. You can use a pie chart or a graph or a line graph or anything like that.
Yes.
So
So to give you an indication of the percentage pass and the
yes,
percentage that failed
yes.
and who was the highest, who was the lowest. Yes. So
It depends on what you're looking for, because
that
as I
is
said,
it.
you can present the data to the students if you're saying that, oh, I'm showing them the grades. You can give it to them as a report. But if you're looking to find an average of the students that passed and didn't pass, or which students did well, or which students passed in this subject or this, so you can use a pie chart or a graph or something like that. That it depends on what you need the information for. That is it. It differs.
Perfect. Good. And identify 2 examples of data and 2 examples of information in a business context.
Identify 2 examples of data and 2
And 2
examples
examples of information in a business context.
Information in a business context. Okay.
And data.
Okay, so I can say I don't do business, but I'm going to try and guess. So okay, so say the number of products,
Okay.
and say the cost of a particular product. So in a business context, I can say that the number of products this year, for this year, okay, the number of products we produce this year is over 2 million, right? And then the cost, or okay, let me say the cost of the number of products. Okay, so let me give an example. So they say the data for the number of products is 2 million, and I say that 2 million is a number of products that this business has produced this year. And if I say the cost is 4 million, the total profits that we produced, we gained at the end of the year was 4 million in our business. I think that is how I'm understanding the question. I don't know if
Okay.
I
Okay. So based on you're looking at product cost and profit.
yes.
Okay. It's fine. Okay. Let's look at a summary of what we've done tonight. So data, we've come to understand that it's raw fact, meaningless on their own. So when we began the lesson, you were saying data and information, they are the same. Now you know they are not the same.
Yes, that is the same.
Yes. Then information is processed, meaningful data used to make decisions. And the key concept here is data plus processing, you get information. Okay. Good. So let's look at this. 12:45, John, Sarah, Ali. I want you to create an information out of this for me.
Okay, first off, we can say John, as you said, John scored 12% out of 50 in his ICT test.
No, 12% cannot be out of 50. 12%, 12 is over 100.
12 out of 50 in his ICT test. Bam, 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 didn't do well. Sarah bought an item for 45 Ghana cedis. She bought, let's say, she bought a torchlight for 45 Ghana cedis. That was outrageous. And Ali was was 78 miles away from Sarah's house.
Okay. You see, brilliant. All done. So you turn them into what meaningful statements, and that becomes what information, and you've done exactly that. Okay.
Yes.
So now that ends our lesson for today. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh,
so I want you to research on it, data, information, anything you can find. Okay. And I'm sure, I don't know, maybe I'll send you a link to an ebook for the ALevelIT, then you can read more on that.
Okay.
Okay. So we will meet again on Wednesday.
Okay. Hey, when they are going to school.
It's 7 o'clock on the dot. Okay. Bye-bye. And have a good night.
You too.